Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to continue the PC build, as all the components are here. Just to give you a brief overview, what we have here is we have a 250GB Crucial SSD drive. We have 16GB of Kingston 18,600 GHz RAM. We have a Blu-ray DVD drive, a standard Blu-ray drive that is, and a DVD writer and burner drive. And on the front we do have a 5.25 inch bay for attaching various devices such as USB, but the only thing you might think is it's a blue fan in what is mainly going to be a green LED system. You think that's a bit of a cock up. Well, to be honest, I was going to do a blue LED system, but then I decided I was going to go with the Romulan Star Trek theme, which is green, and I thought I'll get some green LED fans, and I thought since this isn't going to be seen, it's not going to be a big issue, since I'm going to probably put it in that way, like so. If any of you guys think I'm doing it wrong, because obviously there is, if I move that out of the way, a space for the fan to blow down. Now there is a bit of a gap underneath. I can put my finger there if you can see. But whether you guys think, because it's going to be on carpet, whether that's enough room, let me know in the comments if you think I should mount this that way instead. Anyway, that's the power unit. What else do we have? Actual side fan as well that comes with this Vantage case, and obviously that's LED as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans in total. So there's 2 on the CPU, so that's 7 fans in all. Quite an extensive amount of cooling, I would have thought. Okay everyone, that's the fan we're going to be using. Cooler Master accessory SickleFlow 120 green LED, 2000 RPM, 120mm in size. I've already attached one there. It comes with a 3-pin power cable on that for your fan, and basically these fans will tell you which way the air is coming in and out. So you just look for it really. Right there, you can see the fan. It's actually telling you which way the air is coming out. So basically it's saying the air is coming out of that way basically. So you need to remember to position it the right way so that it doesn't blow air in if it needs to be sucking it out. Okay, we've just fitted the fan, so what you need to do is basically slot the power cable through one of the numerous cable management holes that you might have. Slot it through there, and then just connect it up to one of your cables that might be on your case already, ready for to be working basically. And there you go. And that's all to it really, to putting a fan on your actual computer. If you don't have anything like this, you know, for attaching lots of different fans, you can buy adapters that allow you to attach multiple fans to one fan socket. When you're ever doing some upgrade, please get one of these anti-static bands, because they will come in handy to try and protect your equipment from anti-static charges. And basically those charges come from the clothes you're wearing, so it's best to have something like this to try and discharge some of that energy. In the event you don't have an anti-static band, which is pretty important you get one because you'll be handling sensitive electronics like your motherboard, touch the metal side of your case to try and dissipate some of the static energy. It isn't foolproof, but it does sometimes work and help. So the next task to hand is installing the M5A97 Evo R2.0 motherboard. So when we're installing that, what we want to do is get all the cables and try and put them to a side, out of the way, so we've got some clean working room in order to install our motherboard. Hello, we've just put on the new fan and heatsink unit. All we have to do now is connect it up to the motherboard, and the next step will be to install the RAM. Okay guys, I've attached the CPU fan. It sometimes can be a bit of a struggle because it's round the back there near the RAM modules, but we've got our quite a lovely nice fan put on there. It's just a matter of installing the RAM. It is recommended that you put your RAM in the dual channel slots. So in this particular machine it's going to be the two blue ones. Right, what you normally do is you align it with the notch that's on the motherboard and you just slot them in. Now sometimes you have catches on both sides of the RAM module, but in this case we've just got one catch, so you just move that over and then you slot it in basically. Like so, and normally the catch comes closed when you slot the RAM in. Slot the RAM in and it should close on its own when you push it down, and you'll hear it clicking. Just make sure both are in there secure, and that's our RAM installed. Okay, so what we have to do now is install the LEDs for the hard drive and the power buttons and reset buttons. So we're going to install that on the motherboard. It's very important you do this so you can connect all your various lights up to this. Welcome everyone. So we've got the majority of all the cables installed. It can be a bit like spaghetti, so take your time with it, don't rush it. What you need to do though is you need to make sure you connect the front port audio ports for your headphone jacks, which are there, and then any sort of front facing USB ports, 2.0, which will be these slots here, and then obviously all your various lighting and hard drive reset buttons will go there, and then you have your SATA points there and there and there. So without further ado, we will continue with the power supply cables you don't need, such as this Arctic one here. It does have a blue fan however. So the idea with this is to try and sort out this spaghetti here and connect everything that needs to be connected up to power, such as the hard drives, the graphic card and various other things. So without further ado, I will install this and I'll show you the next stage after that's been put in. Right guys, I've wired everything up and this is what it looks like. Basically, you've got everything from your SATA cables, your power leads, running here. Now obviously the idea is to try and flatten this down so then the outer case will fit over it, but it can be a challenge. Just keep plugging away at it and you'll get there in the end. Here we are just installing a Creative Sound card. I've input the front audio into the back of it. Please check out the review of that. Remember, external sound is always better than internal sound. So we just secure that with a screw. One thing I have noticed is they have a tendency while you're tightening them to move to the left. So just hold them in place while you do that so they don't move. Can be pretty frustrating. Okie dokie. Hello, here is a used Asus 5850 graphic card. It's rated better than the previous 460 GeForce. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. I've always had a preference for ATI rather than GeForce. So we're going to try and slot that in and then we'll be ready to test the system and see if the repair on the processor has worked. Fingers crossed guys, because if not, that's £100 down the pan. So let's try and slot that in. As you can see, cabling is a bit of a problem because of the sheer size of the damn thing. So please bear with me while I try and come up with a solution. Okay guys, that's the finished configuration of our computer build. At long last, we got there in the end. So, what have we got there? Well, we've got the Radeon 5850 graphics card, which is a fairly old one, but it should be good enough for what I need. Then we've got one of the Creative Sound cards, the Z series. We've also got the audio attached from the front to the back of it there. We've got a USB 3 card attached there, but maybe that's a bit of an overkill because we've also got a few front facing USB ports. We've got an Arctic 750 watt rated power supply. We've got obviously the strange off-brand heatsink with the two fans attached. Basically the air is blowing that way. We've got two Master Care fans at the top and one at the side, and there's also an off-brand one for the case, and that will be there. We've got an SSD drive for the main operating system. There will be two operating systems on this. There will be a Windows 7 32-bit version as well as a 64-bit version of Windows Professional. That is to basically allow me to play some of the older games that are 32-bit only. The processor is an octa-core processor rated at 3.5 GHz. And then we've obviously got a Blu-ray drive there and a DVD drive, and two normal 7200 RPM hard drives. One is Seagate and the other is Samsung. One's 1 terabyte, one's 2. So we've got over 3 terabytes of storage in the mechanical drives as well as a 250 SSD drive. Basically the operating systems are on the SSD, and I will be storing all game data on the conventional drives. So this is the system build. I hope you like it. I know we had a long spell of trying to get this to work. With any luck, there won't be any foreseeable problems, but I will keep you updated. and thank you for watching this computer build that has been ongoing. Long story, I know, and yeah, pain in the backside sometimes. If any of you guys have got any suggestions about the cable management, is there something I could do to improve this Vanquish case? Basically, I've had to squeeze a lot in there. Personally, I don't think there's anything I could do better. But if you guys have got any sort of suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and thank you.